Hey everybody, so today I'm going to take a few minutes just to show you for loops. I'll have a longer video that'll have some other examples. This one I just want to take a minute to kind of show you what they are. So and we're using Jupyter Notebooks. If you don't have Jupyter Notebooks, you can download it from Anaconda Distribution, and it'll download this along with some other common data science packages, so definitely check that out. So anyways, for loops. Pretty much a for loop is iterating over a list of items, and that list could be a list, a tuple, a dictionary, it could be a string, and it's iterating over those items. And this is kind of what it looks like. The chunk of code here is a for loop. Here's a list, and these are the items we're going to be iterating over. So this I here can be anything. You can say, for this example, we can call it num, and then we can print num, and that'll be our iteration. So for num in simple list, it's going to start with 2. It's going to assign that value or that iteration to num, and then we're going to print that. It's going to go back through to the next item, assign that to num, and then we're going to print that. And then at the end, this is outside of the for loop, it's going to print 29. So I'm going to do shift enter. You can see it iterates through, starts with 2 down to 13, which is not correct. So let me fix that real quick and change that to num. Do it, and then you can see it's 29. All right, so the next, I think this is a nice visual way to see this. So building, we just have a list called building, and then within that list are just room types. So we've got 4 room types. So I say for room type in building. So it starts with the first room type, assigns that iteration to room type, and then we print it. And then it goes through the rest of the list, printing cafeteria, office, and gym. Real quick, I just want to show you this, and this is just iterating over a list while removing items. It's a big no-no because it can cause issues. So if I run that, you can see my new list actually only has 2. The idea is that I want to append all these values to this new list while updating the simple list. You can see there's an issue visually. This is kind of what's going on. We start with 1, we append that value. But since 1 has been removed, it moves to the second item, which is now 2, skipping over 5. And then we append that one, and we remove 2, and you can see the issue. It's outside of the list now, leaving us with only 2 items. So we use the list function to get around that. You can see if I run that, it's removing the items like it's supposed to, and then we're left with a new list with all the items in it. And then here is just a visual of that. So we have original list, and then we have a copy of that list, and you can see it moving through and appending the items to the new list. So there you go. That's what I got for loops. It's just iterating over a sequence of items pretty much. So that could be items in a list or a dictionary or strings. And within for loops, you can do if statements and other cool things. So it's really cool, really powerful, and it can get really complex. In the next video, I'll briefly talk on while loops, but essentially while loops can be created as for loops, and anything created as a for loop can be a while loop, and anything as a while loop could be a for loop. So that's kind of interesting, and I'm going to try to dive into that a little bit deeper in the next video. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll check you out in the next video.